Thursday morning, Alex hadn't slept. She'd spent the entire night researching FN organization, cross-referencing names from the financial documents, and trying to make sense of what they'd found. But every search led nowhere. FN organization didn't exist online. No website, no registration, no trace. Whoever was behind this had covered their tracks carefully. Alex checked her phone. 6:47 a.m. In 2 hours, she'd be at school, and she'd finally get answers from Ms. Hart. Her laptop pinged. New email from Ms. Hart. Subject line: "We need to talk, not at school." Alex opened it. The teacher wanted to meet at a coffee shop downtown. 7:30 a.m. before school started, and she'd emphasized, "Come alone. Delete this email." Ms. Hart was scared, really scared, which meant whatever she knew was dangerous enough to risk meeting off school grounds. Alex arrived at 7:28 a.m. Ms. Hart sat in a corner booth, back to the wall, facing the entrance. She looked terrible. Dark circles under her eyes, hair pulled back messily. She'd already ordered 2 coffees. Alex slid into the booth across from her, and Ms. Hart immediately leaned forward, voice barely above a whisper. "I know you broke into the East Wing," Ms. Hart said without preamble. "I know you found the financial records, and I know someone's threatening you." Alex started to ask how she knew, but Ms. Hart held up a hand. "Because the same thing happened to Maya. She found those records 6 weeks ago, September 1st. She came to me because she trusted me. And her voice cracked. "I failed her, Alex. I tried to protect her by telling her to stop investigating. But I should have known Maya wouldn't listen." Ms. Hart described that first meeting. Maya had come to her excited, thinking she'd discovered some boring administrative mistake. Budget numbers that didn't add up. At first, Ms. Hart had thought the same thing. Just accounting errors. But then Maya showed her the transfer records. $2.3 million, moved over 3 years to an organization that didn't exist. "I told her to put everything back," Ms. Hart said, shame evident in her voice. "I told her to forget about it, to focus on her college applications, to stay safe. But Maya kept digging," Ms. Hart continued. "She was determined to expose whoever was stealing from the school. And then the teacher pulled out her phone and showed Alex a photo. A little girl, maybe 7 or 8, playing on a swing set, smiling, innocent. "My daughter Emma," Ms. Hart said. Then she swiped to the next image. The same photo, but sent to her as a message, with text below, "Beautiful daughter. Keep quiet or she won't be safe." The message had arrived 2 days after Maya disappeared. Alex understood immediately. Ms. Hart wasn't just scared for herself. She was a mother being threatened through her child. "They sent this to your house?" Alex asked. Ms. Hart nodded. "To my home address, which means they know where I live, where Emma goes to school, everything." She put the phone away, hands shaking. "I wanted to go to the police. I wanted to find Maya, but I couldn't risk Emma's safety. What kind of mother would I be if I—" She couldn't finish. Ms. Hart slid a manila folder across the table. "This is everything Maya shared with me before she disappeared. Copies of the financial records, names of people involved, her own notes and theories." Alex opened the folder, scanning the contents. Maya's neat handwriting covered several pages. Diagrams connecting names, timelines of transfers, questions circled in red. Where is the money really going? Who authorized this? Why so many schools? "Wait," Alex said, pointing at the list. "Maya found other schools? This isn't just Northgate?" Ms. Hart shook her head grimly. "That's what made it so dangerous. Maya discovered this same pattern at 11 other schools in 3 states, all with renovation projects, all with budgets that don't match the actual work, all funneling money to FN organization. This isn't one corrupt principal. This is a network. Alex found a document at the bottom of the folder. Corporate registration for something called Foundation Network. FN, Foundation Network. That's what the abbreviation meant. The registration was from Delaware, a commonplace for shell companies. The board of directors list had 5 names, but 4 were redacted. Only one was visible. David Torres, school board director for Northgate Academy. Torres, Alex breathed. He's on the Foundation Network board. Ms. Hart leaned back, looking around the coffee shop to make sure no one was listening. Torres has been on Northgate's school board for 15 years, long enough to approve every major financial decision, long enough to handpick who gets hired as principal, long enough to build this entire system. Alex felt pieces clicking together. Torres wasn't just involved. He was potentially running the whole operation. "Tell me about the last time you saw Maya," Alex said. Ms. Hart's eyes filled with tears. "October 12th, after school. She came to my classroom and said she was going to get more proof that night. She'd found out there was evidence hidden in the East Wing, physical documents that hadn't been digitized yet. I begged her not to go. I told her it was too dangerous, but she said..." Ms. Hart's voice broke. She said, "Ms. Hart, if I don't do this, who will? Someone has to stand up for what's right." That was the last time Ms. Hart saw her. Maya had left school that afternoon around 5 p.m. According to her phone records, she'd texted her ex-boyfriend Jake at 8:47 p.m. asking for help. By 9:15 p.m., her phone was found abandoned in Memorial Park, and Maya was gone. "I think she went to the East Wing like she planned," Ms. Hart said quietly. "I think she found something that proved the conspiracy, and I think someone was waiting for her." The coffee shop door opened. Alex looked up and froze. Jake Morrison stood in the doorway scanning the room. When he spotted them, he walked over quickly. "Don't be mad," Ms. Hart said to Alex. "I asked him to come. He needs to tell you something." Jake slid into the booth next to Alex, and she could see he looked terrible, like he hadn't slept in days. "I lied to you," Jake said without preamble. "When you asked about that night, I didn't tell you everything." He pulled out his phone and opened a voice recording app. "When I found Maya's phone in the park, I was there for almost 10 minutes before I left, and during that time I heard voices, men talking nearby. I recorded some of it." He hit play. The audio was scratchy, distant, wind noise, but 2 male voices were clearly audible. "Torres wants this handled quietly. What about the girl? She's been secured. Transport leaves in 20 minutes. And if anyone comes looking, we have protocols. Make it look like she ran away. Plant evidence. The usual." The recording ended. Alex felt like she'd been punched in the stomach. Secured. Transport. They'd taken Maya somewhere. This wasn't murder. This was kidnapping. "Why didn't you give this to the police?" Alex demanded, anger rising. Jake looked ashamed. "Because I'm scared. Because I'm the ex-boyfriend everyone suspects. Because giving this to Detective Brooks might mean it disappears into evidence and nothing happens. But mostly because I don't know who to trust. If Torres is involved, and he's on the school board, how high does this go? Who else is part of it?" Alex's phone buzzed. Multiple texts from Riley, all caps, urgent. He'd found something and wanted to meet immediately. Not at school, at the spot. Their code for the public library 2 blocks from Northgate. I have to go, Alex said, standing up. Ms. Hart grabbed her wrist. Alex, please be careful. These people made Maya vanish without a trace. They've threatened my daughter. They have resources and connections we can't imagine. Promise me you won't do anything reckless. Alex met her teacher's eyes. I can't promise that, but I can promise I won't stop until I find out what happened to Maya, and I'll make sure everyone responsible pays for it. She looked at Jake. Send me that recording, and anything else you remember from that night. Every detail matters now. Jake nodded, already pulling up the file to share. Alex grabbed the manila folder from Ms. Hart and headed for the door. Time to find out what Riley had discovered. The library's private study room was barely big enough for 2 people, but Riley had managed to cram in 3 laptops, 2 tablets, and what looked like every piece of evidence they'd collected so far. He looked up when Alex entered, and his eyes were wild. You're not going to believe what I found, he said, pulling up files on the center laptop. I spent all night tracking the Foundation Network's money trail, where it goes after it leaves the schools. Riley had created a detailed flowchart. Money from 12 schools embezzled over 5 years, all funneling into Foundation Network accounts. But then the money moved again, into investment accounts, real estate purchases, and finally, into one massive account labeled Primary Operations. Total balance, $47 million. What are they doing with $47 million? Alex asked. Riley shook his head. That's what I couldn't figure out, until I cross-referenced missing persons reports from all 12 school districts. The map showed a disturbing pattern. 12 schools, 67 students missing over 5 years, all listed as runaways, all between ages 15 and 18, all high achievers, honor students, athletes, talented in various fields. Maya wasn't the first from Northgate, Riley said quietly. 3 students disappeared in the last 5 years, all coded as runaways, all forgotten. Riley opened one more file. His hands were shaking. It was a missing person report from 2018. Westfield High School. Maya Chen, age 15, reported runaway. Alex looked at the photo and then at Riley. Your sister went to a Foundation Network school, she breathed. Riley nodded, tears in his eyes. I didn't know until last night. I never connected it. Westfield's 2 towns over, but it's on the list. Same embezzlement pattern, same timeline. Sarah disappeared the same year they started the renovation project. His voice broke completely. They took my sister, Alex. The Foundation took her. Alex felt rage building inside her. This wasn't just about Maya anymore. This was about 67 stolen lives, 67 families destroyed, and whoever was behind the Foundation had been doing this for years, making millions while children disappeared. We're going to find them, Alex said firmly. We're going to find Maya and your sister and everyone else they took, and we're going to destroy the Foundation. Riley wiped his eyes and nodded. I'm with you, whatever it takes. They spent the next hour going through everything they had. Financial records proving embezzlement. Jake's audio recording placing Torres at the scene. The list of 67 missing students. The pattern connecting 12 schools. It was damning evidence, but it wasn't enough. They needed something concrete. Something that would force the authorities to act. Something that couldn't be buried or explained away. I have an idea, Riley said, pulling up Northgate's security system. The school keeps all security footage for 60 days before it's deleted. That means footage from the night Maya disappeared might still be on the server. Alex's eyes widened. Can you access it? Riley's fingers were already flying across the keyboard. I can try, but it's heavily encrypted. Give me an hour. 45 minutes later, Riley had it. Security footage from October 12th, the night Maya disappeared. They watched the parking lot camera first. At 8:52 p.m., a car pulled into the lot. Black sedan, expensive. It parked in the shadows, away from the lights. Two men got out. Even in the grainy footage, one was clearly identifiable by his build and walk. That's Torres, Alex said, pointing at the screen. I recognize him from school board meetings. The two men walked toward the East Wing entrance. They had keys. They let themselves in like they owned the place. Riley jumped to different camera angles, tracking their movement through the building. The men went straight to room 237, the same room Alex and Riley had found ransacked. For 20 minutes, the men were inside. Then they emerged, carrying boxes, file boxes full of documents, loading them into the car. At 9:14 p.m., another car arrived. Alex's heart stopped. It was Maya, clear as day on the security footage. She parked her car, looked around nervously, then headed toward the East Wing entrance. She was carrying her backpack and her phone. She looked scared but determined. This was it. This was Maya walking into the trap.